Hello, hello, hello! Magandang gabi po, homeschoolers! Kamusta na po kayo? Ay, sobrang po excited sa guest natin ngayon. But before we start, meron lang po tayong disclaimer at paulit-ulit ko pong sasabihin to, okay? We, in iHomeschool PH, it doesn't mean that we're putting all of these contents. It means na kailangan nyo po kaming gayahin. Okay? So, hindi po ganun, okay? We are here just to, give you information so that one day, you can make great decision in your homeschooling journey. So, the goal here is sana po ay makatulong po kami in any way with your, whatever you decide about homeschooling, your beliefs, your values, that it will be added value for your journey. Okay. Are we there right now, Hazel? Hello? Okay. Private chat. Yes, we're live. Okay. Okay. Siguro no? Yung iba siguro late or napatagal ng kain. Pero natutuwa lang ako sa ating guest ngayon, no? I know that you know him. But for me, as I've known him, me and my husband, he's like a giant with a big heart. Dahil talagang malaking-malaki ang puso niya. Okay. So, whether nandyan po kayo or we'll start, we're gonna wait a little bit siguro. Okay, hi! Hello, Ishel. Hi, Johannes. Hi, Cherry. Magandang gabi. Hi, Ate Ruth. Kamusta, Ate Ruth? Kamusta po? Kamusta po ang pamilya? Okay, so do prepare your questions, okay? So, hindi na talaga ako makaintay eh. Dahil alam ko si Doug, meron pa siyang family time later. So, without further ado, I just want to introduce to you our dear friend, Doug Kramer. Hello, RB. Hello, Doug.
Hello to all the homeschoolers and all the viewers. Good evening.
Yeah. Maraming salamat ha. I know that you always value your time with your family, especially gabi na kami. But thank you for this time. And happy Father's Day.
Happy
you. Father's Day.
Thank you also for inviting me. Every opportunity like this that we can share to fellow homeschoolers or even fathers in general is always something that I'm open to doing. No problem.
Oh, thank you so much. Talaga makaka-encourage ka sa kanila. But anyway, so that they can get to know your journey about homeschooling. So, paano nyo ba na-discover ni Cheska ang homeschooling?
Well, there's a few significant people that we saw the homeschooling in their house, which is Edric and Joy Tanchi. And then obviously kayo ni Uncle Chinky. So we saw you guys and we saw your setup and we're like, wow, we want to do this one day. So parang for us, we had a very tight office in our previous house. So when we were thinking like, okay, maybe we need 3 cubicles or a desk, parang so everyone can have a little community desk with Cheska or our teacher. And then we realized it's not about the big space, diba? It's the area conducive for learning for the kids. And we made do with a small area, but in the background, nagpa-plan na rin kami to put a bigger classroom for the new house. And that's what we did. So thank you, Novi, and for showing us.
Curious lang siguro yung mga tao, especially yung mga tatay. How did you go over with the decision-making process? Ikaw ba yung may gusto o si Cheka ba? Paano yung nauna? Paano yung ganong decision? Or sabay kayong nag-decide?
Well, as any working marriage, it has to be something that husband and wife agrees on. But in terms of sino yung nag-convince talaga, it was me. Diba? And the reason being is my high school, I grew up in Baguio City. And our school is called the Risen Lord Academy. It's a Christian school. But our setup is very similar to how homeschooling is done. So when I go to school, we have little cubicles. It's not blackboard teaching. So you're independent. You try and teach yourself. You can have the help of a teacher, but
Oh,
it's your pace. If you're not progressing, that's your fault. If you're progressing fast, then you can even accelerate. And when I saw the program of homeschool, and I saw that parang the life pack, which what we're using right now, I could see na
yeah.
parang there are similarities. So I said, Han, this is something that we can discuss and show the kids if they're interested in it, diba? And true enough, the biggest what pushed us to really pursue this was, I remember Kendra. Hi, okay, so Kendra was in our office and it was about 7 or 8 p.m. na. And she was crying. And you have to understand, if you're going to put yourself in the situation of the child, she wakes up around 5 a.m. Okay? 5 a.m. in
Oh,
the morning to get ready, travel 6:30, and then get to school, study 7 to 2, 7 to 3 or 4. And then pag uwi pa, sometimes because there may be instances of rushed learning, um, no, parang kulang sa mastery. So when they get home, they have to relearn some stuff that they didn't understand, or and even complete their homework. And mind you, Kendra was probably 6 or 7. So for me, when I saw Kendra in the office and it was 7 or 8 p.m. and she was crying, this was consecutive days na parang, is this what I want for my child right now? To pressure her in so much learning, and parang yung allotment niya for schooling and learning is pretty much from the time she wakes up, which is around 5 till 9 p.m. So for me, kulang yung time to be a child, kulang for family time. And that's when I said, Han, let's look into homeschooling. And you know, guys, it's been one of the best decisions of our life. Kayo naman.
wow.
I talk too much.
Oo nga, kahit sila naman din. Pero nakakatuwa lang eh, especially if they hear that from you. Because you're a dad, no? A while ago nga, I was telling you, no? Because we are very matriarchal, no?
Mm,
And this topic is, behind the scenes. Pero there's power in it. I mean, the importance of really fatherhood, especially in the
mm.
homeschooling journey. Um, are you really involved in the homeschooling, like the day-to-day thing with the kids?
Um,
Are you teaching certain
to a
subjects ba?
certain extent, every day, no.
Okay.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Um, I would help out the kids, especially if it's math. Si Cheska doesn't like to touch that. But there are times that I help out. It's not consistent because I let Cheska do her thing with homeschooling. I'm
Yeah.
just there if you need me. But in terms of the regular scheduling, no, I'm not part of that. I'm part of their PE. I'm the one that teaches them. I just retired last November. So now I have time to really focus on some of their activities outside of homeschool. But mind you, Ate Novi,
Uh-huh.
even though I'm not part of their homeschooling, teaching their subjects, for me, the most important in homeschooling is building their character after homeschooling and before homeschooling.
That's really good. Pero alam mo, nakikita ko how you coach them eh. Pag
Mm,
nakikita ko yung mga IG stories mo, that's really vital. You're teaching them, especially when they're swimming, the discipline. Nakikita ko talaga yung rhythm, especially every time I go to your house. And
mm,
that's the model that you're showing, and that's really important. It doesn't have to be really involved in the nitty-gritty of homeschooling per se or the process. And I'm sure a while ago you told me, Ren, that you were involved in choosing the curriculum, isn't it? Like you said, you chose Life Pack. So until today, you're choosing that Life Pack. Ano? What is your basis on what kind of curriculum do you teach your kids?
Well, si Cheska, she also picks some apologia also. So we want to
Uh,
make sure that it's Christian based. And that's also what I grew up in. So we want to also mold our kids to that belief, diba? And hello? Can you hear
yeah.
me?
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
so that's what we picked. Cheska knows a lot more about the curriculum, but the life pack, the apologia, all of that, it was something that we discussed and we agreed on.
Yeah. Okay. Because of this, 'di ba, alam mo naman ngayon through the pandemic, lahat tayo na lockdown. Now DepEd is endorsing the blended learning or the online classes. Your kids are, anong edad ng mga anak mo na ngayon? Gavin is your youngest. How old are
Yeah.
they?
Kendra is turning 11 next week.
Oh no, 11 na?
Yeah, big
Oh,
baby. And then
oo.
Scarlett is 9, Gavin is 7.
Oo. So what do you think about online classes? Do you have like an internet filter with your kids? How do you go about that? How do you comment about online classes? Because
What?
iba kasi yung difference ng purely homeschooling which we do, no? Iba din yung online classes, meaning mas madaming activities and Zoom meetings with the kids, especially with young kids. Meron silang ganong
Mm,
ino-offer. And then what we call yung blended, like siguro twice a week of being in the internet and everything. That's so madalas lagi ka nasa internet. So as a
mm.
family, as a Kramer family, how do you believe about, do you have internet filters? How do you protect your kids on that end?
Well, you have to teach your kids responsibility outside of that first. Because if you're gonna
Yeah.
if you're gonna teach your kids responsibility in not looking at certain things in the internet, but you don't practice it outside of that, what makes you think they're gonna follow your internet rules if you don't have that kind of a responsible relationship with them outside of it? Ate
Mm.
Novi, I would get a lot of questions, and they would say, how do you guys make your kids sit down in class in your homeschool? Kasi kami hirap kami to teach our kids. Hindi sila makulit sila, galaw sila ng galaw, hindi sila nakikinig. And my answer to that is your character building is done at home. It's not just at homeschooling. It's after
Yeah.
homeschooling, the molding, the character building is there. Because if you have no responsibility and you don't have much of a relationship with your children outside of that, then how will they listen to you during this small amount of time? Diba?
Tama.
It starts outside of it first. You can't just think na I don't have much of time spent with my kids, and then suddenly I'm gonna do homeschooling. I want them right then and there. Makikinig sila. Hindi po ganun yun. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be a process. So
It's
to
true.
answer you, do I have any filters? We're always with the kids. We don't make them stay in private rooms right now.
Yeah.
So we have huge tablets. It's about 18-inch tablets. So whenever they have their online classes, it's outside of the rooms. So in the classroom naman, either Cheska is there or teacher or me. So we're there and we teach them proper responsibility. We talked about even sex to them at their early age and
Yeah.
predator, all of that. So they know if they see something, they will tell daddy or mommy. And our job also is to try and, as you said, filter it. But we also do our job in trying to guard them first because they're still very young.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But if I'm okay, nakakatuwa lang kasi you're trying to say here is importante talaga yung foundation ng relationship mo sa mga anak mo eh. You
Mm.
cannot tell them na do this, don't do that. It's not about the do's and don'ts eh. But it's the trust factor that your kids have with you and Cheska. That's why you're not worried about those because they know kung hanggang saan lang sila. Kumbaga, magkakaroon sila ng internal filter. So thank you for that, Dog. Thank you for sharing that. Now, my question here is, sinasabi nila dahil ilang years na nga kayo, 3 years na ata kayo nag-homeschool, may problema daw
Yeah,
sa may issue daw ng problema sa socialization. Problema ba talaga 'yon in your family? 'Pag homeschool ka daw, weird. Walang socialization. Is that true in your
well,
case?
if weird means more family oriented and better character building, then yeah, we're weird. But um, that was actually the very first question I had also when we were about to do homeschooling. And that's what I would question others also is how is their socializing skills. But if you're an intentional parent and you do a lot of activities for your kids. They do we do field trips, we expose them. They're not just sitting in four corners of the house every day. Diba? There's times that Cheska would bring them to a museum, they would go out. The classroom is everywhere. It's not just in the confines of your house. And we would also schedule sleepovers for the kids. They would
Mm.
go every once a week. We would go into town, so they would have classmates in ballet, they would have classmates in taekwondo, swimming, theater, art school. Now tell me, how can they lack socializing? Which part?
Oo nga, 'di ba?
But at the end of
Totoo.
the day, if you're the kind of parent the things i-homeschool yung child ko, nasa bahay lang siya 365 days. Tapos no activities. Then, like anybody, kahit hindi ka mag-homeschool, kung nasa bahay ka lang, talagang there will be some lack in socializing. But that's where intentional parenting comes in.
Yeah, I agree with that. Totoo 'yun. Kasi I'm glad that you pinpoint on that end, eh. Lagi lang kasi sinasabi nila na parang gano'n hindi nila feeling nila 'pag walang masyadong in a regular class, kailangan madami. 'Yun yung social interaction na definition. That is how we grew up. That is how we were wired. But with
Mm.
homeschooling, hindi sila naka-box. I mean, different types of people. I can see that in the rhythm of your house, different types of people, from baby to older people goes to your house. And that is socialization. And the most important socialization that I was able to see with you guys is your relationship with your kids. And that's the best socialization that they're gonna have. Okay. So that they
I,
can be equipped in relating with others. Yes?
I
You're
agree
saying,
with you. That's your kids will most of the time they will follow what you do, not what you say. And that's the kind of example we have with our children. We have a relationship with them. And it's not just about quality time, it's also about quantity. Kasi for me,
yeah,
if you don't have that much of a relationship, how can you discipline your children also? Diba? There's a lot of factors that come into play. Eh. So for
yeah,
us, spending time with your kids, making sure that you talk to them. I talk to each one of them also at their own time. So I get to know them. I date them also. I date
yeah,
my kids. So we have also that time. And I would say if you have any questions or trying to doubt the social skills of a homeschooling child, talk to one. And you will see their character, a beautiful character. They're very eloquent, they're very respectful, they're very knowledgeable. And they will look you straight in the eye and answer you without hesitations. And that's what I notice about my kids and a lot of homeschooling kids.
okay. That's really good. Thank you for that. Uh, Question on that end, no? Um, Kasi siyempre sinasabi nila, with your decision making, meron ba kayo experience na some of your friends or some of your relatives didn't agree with your decision to homeschool? And you
Mm,
have to explain yourself. May nangyari bang ganun?
Voila. I mean, our parents are very supportive, and our friends. And at the end of the day, Ate Novi, alam mo, if Cheska
Oo,
and I, my wife, if we decide on something, it really doesn't matter what others say, kasi it's
tama.
our own opinions that really matter. Kasi it's our kids, eh. Why will someone's opinion matter about my child? Diba?
Mm,
That's a
oo.
very big decision, and it's a big leap for for your child. So I can listen to about a lot of friends and a lot of family, but at the end, it's my decision pa rin because I'm the parent of my child. Yeah.
Thank you. Oo, totoo nga yun, 'di ba? Kasi kayo yan, eh, that's Kramer family. You cannot compare yourself with other people. Speaking of comparing, I'm gonna ask you, what are the benefits of homeschooling now that you have, done this, no, for 3 years now, and then comparing when the time that they were in private school or conventional school? What are the benefits that you like about homeschooling?
Okay, so madami actually. So I'm gonna try and process everything.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. Take your time.
off the top of my head is there's no wasted time.
Yeah,
Um, you're avoiding the waking up early. You're avoiding the traffic, the wasted time. So imagine our kids. Our kids only homeschool for 4 days a week. Okay, 4 days a week. Other day kasi is designated for activities, and they wake up at 8 a.m. So they have super long sleep. They start their homeschool at 9 o'clock. They finish at 2. And then from 2 o'clock onwards, there is so much time for other activities that they can do and they can grow. Diba? So that's number one. Number two is, for me, mastery. There are materials that if you talk to them and you ask them, they know it. For me, they know it much better. You have to understand that um, in a regular class and there's one teacher and you have 20, 30 students, you can't expect all of the children or all of the students to learn at the same pace as the others because everyone has different learning styles, diba? And at homeschool now you can cater to how your child can 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 absorb everything, diba?
yeah,
Here, it's okay to raise your hand. It's okay to ask questions. Ask mommy, ask daddy, ask teacher. Diba? If you don't understand this, it's okay. And for me, in I went to regular school. I went to Ateneo also, and
yeah,
but sometimes you can see that there is you have to finish textbooks at a certain time because you have your semester, then you have to finish your whole year. But right now for homeschooling, since they're still very young, there's that kind of mastery that I really like, and I could see that especially if you talk to my kids, they know a lot of topics that sometimes I'm like, really? Ganun pala yun? Parang even I'm learning. And that's the process of homeschooling. You're learning along with your kids. Kasi
wow,
syempre, if you're intentional parents, you're also going to know the material. And I
yeah,
tip that off to Cheska. She is so involved in their homeschool. Grabe. And she would tell me, honey, I read like this. I read in their Bible life pack like that. So parang you see the passion of Cheska in teaching the kids, and you see that she's learning along. So the kids, when they see that, wow, my mommy's also learning with me, parang I like this. This is something that
oh,
diba? It's journey together with your children. And ano pa ba? I also like above, I would take away also the academics. I like that again, your character building, diba? Cheska, let me quote my wife. She said, it's not just hard work in homeschooling, it's hard work. So you teach also your child's heart, diba? You're molding their character. And for me, it's a very big factor. Kasi in life, how much of your curriculum or your materials are you gonna carry on, diba? But your character, your respect, your love, your hard work, everything, you will learn that at home, diba?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ang ganda, ang ganda. Pero alam ko madami kayong madami kang masasabi. But if there's one particular memory through this journey that you cherish and you said, yes, we really made the right decision to homeschool, what is that? Can you share that to us? One cherished memory in homeschooling na, ay, buti na lang nag-homeschool kami.
Ang hirap nung isa eh. But,
Sige.
when I was playing basketball,
Oo.
and there was a time that I could only spend so much of time, so limited amount of time with them.
Yeah.
And when I'm able to have that window now of spending time with them after homeschool, which is a lot, for me, I'm very happy about that. It's not even exactly about what they're studying, but it's the amount of time that I can be with my child after homeschool. And that's what
Oh,
I value. And I tell Cheska, honey, we're so blessed that we have this kind of time with our children. They
yeah.
grow up so fast. And now you're here at home, you're done at 2 o'clock. Let's go. Let's spend time. Let's play. Let's do artwork. The kids love to read books, and parang all of these small moments for me, I value. That's how I am as a father.
Oh, kakaiyak naman yan. Well, that's really true. People will always have this mindset na homeschooling. Kaya ako nag-homeschool kasi gusto ko yung anak ko ganito yung grade level, kailangan meron ako improve, or kailangan, hindi ganon eh. It's just simply
No.
spending your time with your kids is the magical and beautiful way to be able to go through this journey of homeschooling. Thank you for sharing that. But I just want to ask, no, the mindset that the moms are, only taking care of the kids, 'di ba? Because yung nawawala yung father figure, yung sinabi ko sa iyo kanina, hindi ko pa masyadong na-magnify yun. Can you share to us na yung parang totoo ba yun na dapat lang ba talaga ang nanay ang magturo sa loob ng bahay?
No naman. That's a case-to-case basis. If both
Yeah.
parents have the time, if they have the resources, kasi syempre, one has to work, di ba? The
Yeah.
other, hindi naman pwedeng we'll just homeschool and we forget about our income na. So
Yeah.
sometimes the mom that stays home, but if there are situations where the dad will also help out because he's really good at the subject, if there's a subject that he can teach much easier said to your child, then akuhin mo na yun, di ba? And that's the flexibility of homeschooling. If you're working from 8 to 5, then, if you allot 1 hour when you get home, then that's okay for your child as long as you have the time with your kids. And it's not limited to being to just mothers. I sit down with my kids. When the kids are in the classroom, I say, Kendra, Scarlett, Gavin, what subject are you guys doing right now? I have free time. Let's go to the basement. Let's go outside. I'll sit with you. If you have any questions, let me know. But you know what? When I'm sitting down with them, tuloy-tuloy lang sila mag-work. They're very independent. And that's one thing that also your homeschooling does to your child is independence. They don't have to try and focus on their other classmates, distractions, or the teacher cannot properly teach me. No, sige, it's okay. I will learn at my own pace. My mom and dad is there to guide me. And for me, that's the beauty of homeschooling.
Okay, thank you. Pero punta muna tayo ngayon dito para naisip ko lang, no? Does Cheska had a hard time doing homeschool and how do you handle that? How
Well,
do you manage your wife in that journey?
Cheska is a working mom also. So she's not
Yeah.
full-time 100% in the classroom because we also have our businesses. So our way of doing things, especially even have shoots, nako buong araw yan. So we have an assistant, we have a teacher that helps us out and she does a lot of things for us. But si Cheska, how she manages it is she goes in there, she likes to teach the Bible to her, English, other subjects, and that's her involvement with homeschooling. And for me, I support her because she likes to do it, and I also like that she gets fulfilled as a mother. And she would always say,
Uh-huh.
parang my journey, and I was an actress, I was a host. Now, grabehan, I'm so domesticated. I clean the house, I garden, and then I teach my kids. And sabi niya, I love the feeling of teaching my kids. Diba?
Yeah.
It's so fulfilling.
Oo. That's really
Mm-mm.
good. So, hindi nagkaroon pa ng meltdown si Cheska, ah? As in, wala pa. Hindi pa siya
You know
stress.
what, there would be times, obviously, that sometimes your kids are not listening. But
Yeah.
are you gonna get mad at them for a long time or try and get disappointed?
Oo.
Sometimes, and homeschooling, Cheska would say, okay, you're not absorbing that much right now, Gavin. I will give you 10 minutes to go down and do whatever you want. When you're ready, you come up.
Yeah.
Diba? Instead of duduruin mo sila, dito ka lang, you have to listen. Do this, do this, do this. There's ways around it. There's ways to teach your child. And there was one instance I remember, si Cheska was trying to teach Gavin math. And for like 45 minutes, Gavin was just, looking around, fidgeting. You know, So parang ano na si Cheska, parang she was getting a bit impatient na. And then she figured a way of teaching him. So ang ginawa
Oh,
niya, he started to get Gavin's toys and then imagine Gavin's best friends. So nilagay niya yung ganong mga material into the equation of teaching Gavin. And Gavin's like, oh yeah, mama, I got it. And there's ways around it. Don't focus so much on being impatient or your child not learning so much. That's why you're in homeschool. If you can't do it now, do another thing. There's that kind of structure is outside the window, di ba?
tama, tama.
Mm.
Nakakatuwa ka kasi siguro yung goal natin as a parent initially, yeah, I'm gonna make a change. I mean, I'm gonna make meaningful decisions with my kids. Pero actually, tayong unang-una nababago, no, Dog? Tayo mismo yung una nababago eh.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, Cheska rin too. Kasi the way we were brought up, the way we were be able to, define education and how we learn, nakakatuwa lang when you were sharing na you meet your child needs rather than pushing na, yeah, kailangan ganito dapat ang pag-compute or ganito dapat yung calculation. Pero hindi nyo pinush nyo. Kumbaga, in-honor nyo yung pace ni Gavin on that end. That's why he loves to learn. Now,
Yeah.
because it's Father's Day, no, can you share to us what is really the importance of fatherhood in the homeschooling journey for you?
I've taken to heart being a leader of the family.
Yeah.
It's for me, homeschooling is but a small part of my leadership with the kids. I lead them in all aspects,
Uh-huh.
especially through my example as a father. If I were just to focus on homeschool, but the rest of my responsibilities outside of homeschool is not met, then for me, I'm failing as a father. For
Yeah.
me, it's everything. It's everything compiled. And I'm blessed to have my kids. I'm blessed to have my wife. And my responsibility as a father, I need to fulfill every single day. So the journey of homeschooling is important, but my relationship with my kids is far more important than all the decisions that come into play for homeschooling. So overall, siya Ate Novi for me. It's very
Mm.
important. Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. I just want to cater some of the questions here, no? Especially, di ko, ayun. Hello, I want to homeschool my son, but and I'm a working single parent. So, what can you advise her? Si Princess.
Well, throughout this pandemic, di ba, we've now seen that we can achieve meetings at home. We don't have to travel. Sometimes people have created opportunities because of the situation. Now they can start to earn from home, di ba?
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest naman removing your main source of income just to homeschool. That's not being smart, di ba? You have to be calculated also. But in terms of being a single parent, but you can still earn outside, then for me, if your goal is to really um, mold the character of your child and see the development of your child in academics and at home, then it's okay to do that. As long as your needs are not compromised, diba? I would never suggest quitting your job just to homeschool. It's for
Yeah,
me.
it's true. From Mina Aquino Caparal, good evening, Dog. How do you discipline your children? Yon.
Okay, so I was very big on, spending time with your kids, diba? And I said, how can you discipline your child if you don't have a relationship with them? For me,
Yeah.
kasi if you don't spend enough time with your child and you discipline them, especially the wrong way, it could lead to rebellion, diba?
Yeah.
And for me, time is very important, but discipline is another thing. It's very important also. So how do I discipline my children? Obviously, I would always give them warnings, and I would never discipline out of anger. You would
No,
never you
that's
would
good.
you would never see me try and raise a hand or get my discipline paddle or whatever. Nagalit na galit. It's not like that. It's not like that. In fact, during the times that I've disciplined them, and we make palo our kids. Pinapalo namin yung puwet nila, minsan kamay nila. But there's a way of doing it. we always talk to them. I would set I would set them aside in a private room kung sobrang ilang beses na. I would bring them in a private room. It's just me and, for
Mm,
example, Kendra, and I would
yeah,
explain calmly, and I would say, "What did you do wrong?
yeah.
How many times did I tell you not to do this?"
Mm,
And I want them to reflect their mistake. And I would always tell them that I love you. I
mm,
love you and I need to teach you what's wrong, what's right.
yeah,
And after that, after I do the disciplining session, the most important part is reconciliation with your child. Because if you're gonna,
yeah,
kung papaluin mo ang anak mo, pinaalis mo siya, for them, baka isipin lang nila, sinaktan lang ako ng daddy ko or mommy ko. But after that, I talk to them, again, calmly. And I would tell them how much I love them, how much
mm,
even God disciplines his children. That's in the Bible. And
yeah,
I would hug them and I would assure them that I'm only doing it to teach you. So after that, kahit na may iyak, after that, we're holding hands, leaving the room. I love you,
yeah,
Papa. Diba? Parang it's very heartwarming to see your child responding that way.
yeah. Galing. I love what you said, never discipline out of anger. Kasi
Mm,
that's what I realized also no, 19 years of being a parent. They will be able to feel your spirit, no? No matter how right you are, you should do that because they will be able to feel that spirit. And also what I love, what you said about restoring your child.
yeah.
I mean, you reconciling with your child, that's
Yeah.
restoring the spirit of your child. And that's
Yeah.
making a good foundation with your relationship with your child. And that's really good. Naku, dog, sobrang mouthful tong conversation natin. Sobra ako nag-enjoy. Grabe. Sabi ko nga eh, ever since sinasabi ko kay Ching, grabe yung ano, no, ang laki-laki ni dog, ang tangkad-tangkad. Pero you have this big heart.
Thank
Thank you so much. Gentle heart. But
thank
siguro
you.
last words na lang, no? Um, what can you advise dads here right now who are listening that sometimes they have fear? Maybe, no, or I don't know, whatever, not even about homeschooling, but being a dad. What can you advise them? How can you encourage them?
I wanna say how what works in my life is I put God number one in my life. It may sound very cliche, but I have such huge accountability to the Lord. And my accountability is when I how I treat my relationship with my wife. It's not just if I'm gonna make mistakes with my wife, I'm also looking at God. Picture a
Yeah,
triangle, and at the center of it is Jesus. And for me, that's by far the most important because now I love and respect my wife, but I fear the Lord. And I know that God blesses us, God sustains us, His grace is always there. And for me, work on your relationship with God. There's nothing else that I would put because everything follows. And I believe that. And I've been practicing that for how long? And it goes also with my relationship with my kids. Diba?
yeah,
They say the best gift that you can give your children is to love your mother. Diba? For me,
yeah.
I'm pro family, and I believe that a family should have this kind of relationship, and that third party is Jesus. Let's leave it at that.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dog. Thank you for all that you have shared. I'm sure all the fathers and even the moms, they're so grateful with everything that you have shared to us. Maraming salamat. So if there's no more questions, okay, I know that Dog has a family time which is really important. Thank you so much. O may nagsasabi dito, no, Dog, we also attended recent Lord Church in Baguio. Is this your church? And we remember we almost is this your church?
Well, it
Tito.
used to be. Wala na siya dati. Risen Lord was taken down. It was replaced into another name. But yes, that's the one. Enrolled Josiah and Risen Lord. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, small world.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sige, wrap up ko na lang to. Okay,
Thank
we'll
you,
see you
Ate
later. Thank you.
Sophie, for having
Thank
me.
you. Sobrang blessing ka. Thank you. Okay. Okay, grabe po napakaganda po ng ating session today with Doug Kramer, okay, the importance of fatherhood. And because it's Father's Day, I just like to honor my husband. And these are the things or the keys that I've learned from him as well. And I think madami ring na-mention na rin si Dog, But I just want to share to you 5 keys, no? First is, as a father, you need to always be involved in her life. Meaning, hindi lang sa daughter, kasi I'm just talking about daughter and son. So fathers, always be involved. It doesn't naman mean na kailangan lahat ng nitty-gritty, but alam mo yung presence lang ng tatay, sobrang importante yun eh. No? Sometimes, alam ko, hindi tayo masyadong expressive, but that's what I've learned from Chinky. He always makes sure that he is always involved in my kid's life. Next, yung sinabi ni Dog kanina to is like, respect and honor your spouse, which is your wife. And through my almost 21 years of homeschooling, that's what I love with Chinky, no? Especially, were in times na, syempre, hindi naman kami laging magkasundo. But what I like with him is he always correct me in private. And every decision making that we make, he values what I say. So, that's it. Next, treasure every moment with her or with your son. Okay? Like what Dog said, the most important thing, it's not about kung ano yung mabigay mo na magagandang bagay sa anak mo. But the most important thing is you're able to spend quality time with your kids and with your wife. And then next, this is one of my favorites, is pray for her or for your son every day. Ako, I believe there's power in praying. Praying for your family as a father. And that's what I'm seeing with Chinky until today. Every night, that's what we do. Okay? Kahit nang hirap-hirap, kahit na minsan pagod na kami, we try our best to pray for each other. And my husband will specifically bless my kids as well. And next, father, yeah, I saw that my husband is like a hero to my kids. And I really thank God for that, na alam nila na kung may mangyayari sa kanila, secure sila because they know that they can go to their dad no matter what season in their life. So I hope that you have learned a lot from Dog's testimony and little of this that I shared to you about Chinky's testimony as well. Fathers, we really appreciate you. Thank you for being with us in this journey. Ako specifically, siguro hindi ko magagawa yung homeschooling or hindi ako maging nanay kung wala yung asawa kong nagsosuporta sa akin. I just want to tell you guys that you are important to us. Thank you for being the father to our kids and what God has called you to do. Maraming salamat. Okay, but because we in iHomeschool PH, we're so glad with this Father's Month. Okay, because it's Father's Day, we want to give you some freebies. Okay, first we're gonna give away 5 tickets of Connect, which is, I think this is coming July 3 to 5. 30 speakers by Educating for Life. Sobra kayong madami matututunan dito. We're gonna give away. And next, what else are we gonna give away for Father's Day event? Hazel? No, another one. Another 5 tickets for Raising Future Leaders. Okay, we're gonna give away. Yes, we're gonna give away that po din. Okay, Raising Future Leaders. This is a talk July 8 and 9 with Chinky, me, and Francisco. So yan po yung pamimigay namin. 5 tickets with Connect Summit and 5 tickets po for Raising Future Leaders. So how to avail of this? First, follow and tag iHomeschool PH and Doug Kramer or Team Kramer in your post. And then, post a picture of today's session and tell us what you have learned in the description. Importante po sa amin yun na malalaman po namin kung anong natutunan nyo sa amin. Okay. And then make sure that you tag us and using the hashtag iHomeschoolPH, hashtag Father's Day 2020, hashtag Team Kramer, hashtag Raising Future Leaders, so that we will be able to see your entry. Make sure po na public kayo at hindi po private. Okay. Take note po yan dahil sobrang importante. Kahit mag-post kayo at hindi kayo public, hindi po namin kayo makikita. So join us. Okay, what else is our announcement, Hazel? Oh, this coming Tuesday, meron po tayong another beautiful session which is how to homeschool simply the teen years. This is with the Hernandez family. So, we're gonna talk about teens. Paano nga ba i-homeschool ang teenagers? This is a very, very good session as well. So, we'll see you June 23, Tuesday, 8 p.m. po. And then, again, we're gonna remind you, lahat po ng pinapost namin dito ay makikita po sa aming iHomeschool FB Live. Sa taas po nito, makikita nyo po ang frequently asked question. Lagi po yan nandyan. So lahat po ng dinidiscuss namin dito, even here, this session with Doug Kramer, makikita rin nyo po, makiklik nyo lang yung link and anytime you can watch it. Next. Okay, if you think that we are valuable to you at madami kayong natutunan sa amin, please continue to follow us in Facebook, Instagram account, and our YouTube account, iHomeschoolPH. And also, we have a Viber page. Dito po, lahat automatically nagsishare ako rito kung meron akong alam na mga freebies, mga DepEd legalities, or anything that you can share also with the Viber group is also welcome. So please follow this community in Viber. Marami pong salamat. Okay, if you want to know more about homeschooling, you can buy my physical book, I Homeschool, How to Do It Without Losing Your Mind. Physical book, 750. The e-book is 500. So if you get whether it's digital and physical book, meron po akong free organizers, which is a student organizer and a teacher organizer for free po ito. Marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Okay? I just want you to know, okay? Lagi lang po nating tatandaan, in homeschooling, relationship is more important than academics. Ako po si Novianta, ang inyong homeschool coach, and I homeschool. Bye! Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Maraming pong salamat sa lahat ng nakinig. Thank you.